Hello and welcome to the first instalment of the Hot Rod Action video log. I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself tonight, but mostly this is to give you an idea of what I'm all about and where I'll be going. I'm a big fan of drag racing. I've been since I was a little kid. It's been something that really sort of gets to my soul, especially the nostalgia stuff. I love hot rods, and that goes hand in hand with the nostalgia side of drag racing. I love Americana, which also fits well within that. I like custom cars and classic cars as well, although classic cars are also a good source for hot rods and custom cars eventually. I will also cover some other stuff as well, things that pique my interest. Some unusual things may pop up from time to time on the channel. For instance, the Flying Scotsman popped up on there a few weeks ago from a video I took back in the summer. It's a mechanical thing, big and powerful, and I just wondered maybe some of you guys might also be interested in having a look at it. This year I've covered most of the events at Shakespeare County Raceway, including the Hot Rod Drags and the Nostalgia Nationals. They're good fun events, and they make me smile because it is retro and nostalgia racing at its best. Shaky is a very good facility. Sadly we may be losing it over the next couple of years, but until then I will still cover it. I also did the NSRA Street Rod Super Nationals, where I was lucky enough to meet Andy Saunders and also have a good close look at Tetanus, the wonderful car that Andy unveiled there. A very beautiful 1937 Cord. One of the videos I took this year was of Outlaw Anglia Racer, Banshee, driven by Mick Taylor. He liked the video quite a lot, and when we popped up to Shaky the next time, I introduced myself to him, and he graciously got me a start line pass to do a little bit of close-up videography from the start line and from the grid side. That was a very interesting experience, and the video is also on my channel as up close and personal with the Outlaw Anglia Banshee team. And on top of that now, since I've spoken to Mick again, we'll be attending Flaming Thunder at Santa Pod. A little bit about me. Well, my name's Reese, and I run the Hot Rod Action YouTube channel. It's not really for anything other than for me to get my videos out to you guys out there. Maybe not the best, but I'm learning all the while. I've got new software, and as I learn with the software, hopefully my videos will improve over time. I've got a new camera now, which is what I'm filming myself on for this vlog. I'm in my 50s, probably the prime age for people building hot rods, although it would be nice if the younger generation started to get more involved. Maybe that will come in time. Hopefully channels like this may attract their attention. Well, a little bit more about me. The things that I like, I'm into cars, namely hot rods, Americans. Well, that's pretty evident by this site. Also, if you look over my shoulders, you'll see there's a fair bit of musical equipment sitting around in the shack. And I'm into my music. I like playing music, and eventually when I get to grips with the mixer, I will start composing my own backing music for the videos that I do, rather than using the generic music that comes with the software that I use for editing. If you can't understand my Bristolian accent, well, I'm very sorry. You'll have to put up with it, because I'm not going to do subtitles just so you can understand me, so just listen hard. As I get to grips with the video software, like I say, hopefully the videos will improve. My new HD camera, although it's not new, should help things along somewhat. I was using a Nikon camera before, as in an SLR, which is quite good, but not as good as this camera appears to be, so hopefully that will be an improvement in time. I am also a radio ham. I've got a lot of radio equipment here, and it's quite likely next year you'll see me at some of the shows in my pickup truck with a 30-foot mast with a 30-foot antenna on top of it at some of the shows, so if you do see that, pop over and say hello. I'm also currently building my own project, my own custom project. I have a 1994 Audi 80, which is slowly, very slowly, being converted to rear-wheel drive. I have a 8-inch Mustang axle from a Mustang 2, which will be mounted in the back on a 4-link, and up the front there will be a small block Chevy, and hopefully that will come together and maybe on the road for the summer. Not sure which one, but for a summer anyway. I also run a V8 Jag. Like the Jag, we call him James. He's a little bit of a Kingsman, bit of a wolf in sheep's clothing. Goes like the clappers, but looks like it doesn't. Well, future things happening on Hot Rod Action. We're approaching the end of the season now. There's very little racing on, but as was mentioned earlier, we'll be attending Flame and Thunder at Santa Pod as guests of the Outlaw Anglias, specifically Mick Taylor and the Banshee team, to do a little bit of extra filming. With that, winter tends to be a little bit quiet on the hot rodding front, but I will be attending the Butty Run breakfast meet for a couple of months and getting some videos of that online, and also attending the Queen Square meet in Bristol, which encompasses classics, customs, hot rods, modified cars, retro vehicles, American vehicles, just about anything really. It all turns up there, even motorcycles. Those strange things on two wheels which are a little dangerous. Well, next year I'm hoping to be attending just about all of the events at Shakespeare County Raceway. We'll also be attending most of the events with the Banshee team, with the Outlaw Anglias. So we're doing basically a little bit of a documentary, in my own sense, of what they do throughout the year, a little bit of behind the scenes stuff. I'll also be covering as many shows as I can get to, the Super Nationals and others that crop up. May do the Pompey Cruise as well, down there in Portsmouth with the run round the streets, down there with the Solent Renegades. I will also be doing a few features on a few of the cars that are out there. I'm hoping to actually speak to Andy about getting an up close with Tetanus, the cord that he unveiled this year, and maybe a few driver interviews and a few car features with the Outlaw Anglia cars, some of the Gastro Circus, and some of the hot rods that are out there. We'll see who I can pull away from the festivities at the various shows this year or next year. If there's anything you guys would like to see or featured, then please contact me through YouTube and I'll see what I can do. Can't guarantee anything, but I'll certainly give it a go. I would like to say congratulations to Mick Taylor and the Banshee team for their 4th place overall this year in the Outlaw Anglia Series. An absolutely cracking performance from a cracking little car. Well, my apologies if this first vlog is a little bit jumpy and bumpy, but this is my first attempt at it. Don't claim to be an actor, don't think I ever will be. But what you see is what you get, sometimes bigger, sometimes smaller, depending on the size of the screen you're using. So, thank you for listening in, and keep an eye out in a month or so, and I'll be uploading another vlog, hopefully telling you what I've done and what I hope to be doing. Thanks very much, and it's good night from me.